Michael, do you want to get us started?
Yeah, I think we can give it, thank you everyone for being here this evening. Let's give it maybe just another minute or so, let folks trickle in. And then we'll get started, do a brief introduction, and then jump right into language translation support. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on the Child Care Infrastructure Fund Round 3 and the technical assistance resources available to you. We're glad that you could join us today. And this session is being hosted in partnership with the Northwest Native Chamber and First Children's Finance, with representation from Business Oregon and Oregon's Department of Early Learning and Care. So over the course of this webinar, we'll walk through an overview of the program, highlight what's new in round 3, and share the kind of support that is available to help you through this application process. Before we dive in, we have a few quick notes, and we'll have time at the end for questions. And so we encourage you to drop your questions in the chat as time goes on. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Isabella to talk about language support for today's webinar.
Thanks, Michael. And thank you everyone for being here. Let's see. All right. If you would like to hear this presentation in either Spanish, Russian, Vietnamese, or Mandarin, please feel free to select the interpretation. It's a little globe icon, usually at the bottom of your Zoom menu. And then from there, please select which language you would prefer to hear this presentation in. And if you would like to ask questions, you can also ask them into that channel or type them into the chat, and we'll have them translated for us. And then if you would like to hear this presentation in English, it is typically recommended that you select English, and I'm going to ask for my whole team here to select English just so that we can have more of a flow of a dialogue between languages with the help of our interpreters. All right. I think if there's any questions about the interpretation, please put them in the chat and I will attend to them. Thanks.
Okay, so now we'd like to introduce the Northwest Native Chamber, who we are, what we do, and how we fit into the CCIF technical assistance landscape. My name is Michael Johnson, and I'll pass it off to my coworker Isabella for introductions.
Hi, I'm Isabella, and I am the Technical Assistance Program Coordinator at the Chamber. I'm probably the first point of contact, or maybe the second point of contact, if you email us at ccifsupport@nwnc.org. And yeah, I get to help with a little bit more behind the scenes, and yeah, and I'll pass it to Kaiman. Is Kaiman on?
Yep.
Hi,
Thanks,
Kaiman.
Isabella. Hi. Hello, everybody. My name is Kaiman. I'm the Education Program Specialist here for the Chamber. So I'll be helping out with CCIF, anything education related with the team, and just also supporting them as much as I can with the webinars and with any sort of future curriculum or any education programming that we decide to implement. So I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much to my team. The Northwest Native Chamber is an organization dedicated to transforming the economic landscape for Native and tribal people in the Northwest, especially in Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. And our mission includes advancing education and growth, building relationships, and promoting economic justice and transformation. So the state, through Oregon's Department of Early Learning and Care, has contracted alongside Northwest Native Chamber and First Children's Finance to provide technical assistance for CCIF. And so what that means is we're here to help with application support, planning for your project, budgeting and financial forecasting, grant writing, accessing professional service providers, and more. Essentially, we want to help you all create strong competitive applications and provide guidance on the pathway to public funding. Next slide.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us again today. My name is Juan Muros. I'm the Bilingual Business Development Manager for First Children's Finance. And we are, like Mikhail said, supporting the infrastructure grants through TA and technical assistance. Our team is composed and led by Dr. Jamisha Wade. In our team, we do have Kyle who is here. Kyle, do you want to do your brief introduction?
Thank you, Juan. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyle Sanchez. I am one of the business development managers for the First Children's Finance Oregon State Office.
Yep. Our team is composed by two teams. Kyle is managing one. I'm managing one of the teams. And we do have two bilingual specialists, Spanish-speaking individuals, Jennifer White and Ingrid Pettis. And then in our other team, we have Sansare Govary and Jack Bello. All of us are in the state of Oregon, and we all have reach and capacity to be in the entire state.
Thank you so much to the FCF team. So here's a quick look at our agenda for today's session. First, we'll start off with an overview of CCIF, move on to our technical assistance TA providers and what they do, strategies for success and ways to engage with TA. And at the end, we'll open it up for a Q&A session. So you'll have a chance to ask questions and get clarification on everything that we covered. Okay, so here's a quick overview of round 3 of the Child Care Infrastructure Fund. The application window is currently open as of yesterday at noon, and it will close on December 16th, 2025 at 4:59 p.m. So that gives applicants about 3 months to prepare and submit their materials. This program is focused on supporting fixed, immovable assets. So think about projects like new facility construction, major or minor renovations, modernizations, retrofitting for safety or accessibility, and property acquisition. While the emphasis is on capital projects, applicants can also include some pre-development and planning costs into their budgets, such as engineering work or architectural work. So there are currently 3 main funding categories. The first is minor renovation and repairs, with awards ranging from $20,000 to just under $100,000. New construction or major renovation, which ranges from $100,000 to $2 million, and property acquisition, also eligible for $20,000 up to $2 million. So to access the application once it's live, applicants can scan the QR code that is shown on this slide. That will take you directly to Business Oregon's CCIF webpage. And that's where you can find an official request for grant applications, the program guidelines, and scoring rubrics. So that page is really the central hub for everything that's related to the fund, and we recommend bookmarking it and checking there for regular updates. Next slide. So as we move into round 3 of the Child Care Infrastructure Fund, there have been a few updates that we want applicants to be aware of. First, the application guidelines and the RFGA have all been updated, and the main goal of these updates was to make the materials easier to follow so that the language was clearer and instructions are more detailed and applicants can feel more supported as they work through the process. Importantly, these updates don't change eligibility. They are simply improvements to help reduce confusion. And second, the Child Care Desert prioritization scoring has been updated. It is reflecting the most recent 2024 Oregon State University Child Care Desert study. And so this ensures that scoring is aligned with the most current data where childcare is needed most across. To take a look at that report if you want a deeper understanding of how the deserts are identified and how it might impact your application. So you can scan the QR code there for an update and also see it reflected on the most current scoring sheets available on Business Oregon's website. Next slide. Okay. So let's talk about what you can expect when it comes to the application itself. First, it's important to know that all applications must be submitted through the online portal. Paper applications or emailed submissions will not be accepted. So please be sure that you're comfortable navigating the portal before the deadline. And if you need support, that is something that we as technical assistance providers can help you with. The application will ask for several key components. So the first is a project description where you'll outline what your project is, why it's needed and the opportunity addresses, and a proposed solution. So what connects your project directly to the problem you've identified, or explaining how it will support or expand childcare in Oregon. And then a section on community needs. So this is where you're going to describe how your project is tied to what families and providers in the area need most. And then we have a project timeline. These are things like specific activities, milestones, and when you anticipate that they will be completed. And of course, a project budget with the amount of funding you are requesting from CCIF. So, in addition to these main components, some applicants may also need to upload supporting documentation. This could include project design plans, contractor bids, zoning approvals, city or building permits, mapping documents, and other materials depending on your project type. I think that the key takeaway here is that the application just isn't about describing your idea, it's about demonstrating that your project is well planned and realistic and really ready to move forward. Next slide. So as part of the Child Care Infrastructure Fund, applicants and awardees have access to a wide range of technical assistance services. So these are here to support you at every stage of the process, from putting your application together to implementation planning. Support does include application help, like I mentioned. So things like navigating the portal, organizing your materials, or strengthening your narrative. We can also assist with budget creation and financial projections so that your project numbers are realistic and well documented. But beyond the application itself, technical assistance can help with business and market planning or even legal support. Or if your project requires contracts, start property agreements, things like that. And for financial management, assistance again is available for things like accounting, bookkeeping, CPA services, tax consulting, or preparation. And we also recognize that staffing and workforce are critical. So employment and HR consulting is another resource that you can access. So finally, if you need to think bigger about your funding strategy, technical assistance can also support you in developing a capital access plan. So that's really looking at how to combine CCIF resources with other funding or financing opportunities. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to our partners at FCF.
Great, thank you. Now let's talk about strategies that will set you up for success when applying for CCIF round 3. First, start early. Many applicants run into challenges because they wait until the last minute to gather permits, bids, or supporting documents. This takes time, sometimes weeks or months. And so the earlier you begin, the stronger and more complete your application will be. Second, be clear and specific. Instead of general statements, give concrete examples of your narrative. For example, instead of saying we need more childcare in our area, describe how your project will add 20 infant slots in a community where their nearest provider is 15 miles away. Business Oregon is looking for details that connect your project directly to the real community's needs. Third, highlight sustainability. Business Oregon wants to know not just how you'll use the funds, but your program will remain financially strong for years to come. This could mean showing a business plan, a strong cash flow, projections, a wait list, long-term contracts, or community partnerships that support your future and your operations. Fourth, use the scoring rubric. This is a tool that shows you how to apply, how the applications are scored. Each answers you give should align with this specific scoring category. You'll see a QR code here in the light green. You can scan it and access the guide. Use this to do a checklist, strengthen your responses. Recommend saving the link as well so that you can have it for future access. Finally, demonstrate readiness. This means showing that your project can move quickly after funding is awarded. Do you already have permits, contracts, bids, zoning approvals? Do you have partnerships lined up? The more prepared you are, the more confident reviewers will feel about your project. You can also scan the QR code here for CCIF application guides. It gives you specific examples of what readiness looks like and templates for you to download to help you create a sustainability plan, project budget, workforce plan, etc. And you can again save the scan of the QR code for your future use. The key takeaway here is to start strong, be specific, connect to the rubric, and show that your project is both ready to go and built to last. We're going to pause for any questions. Can't see the screen, so.
Yes, I do just want to mention that the slide deck will be shared out with everyone over email, along with translations of the slide deck and the webinar recording as well.
And do we have any questions in the chat? I can't see that. Okay, perfect. So, okay, so now let's spend a few minutes walking through one of the most important resources you'll use during the round 3 application process, the CCI and the CCI application guides. This guide was created in collaboration with Business Oregon, DELC, Norwest Native Chamber, and First Children's Finance, and it's essential your step-by-step roadmap for preparing a strong application. Think of it as your playbook. It shows you what is expected, documents you'll need, templates for the application, and insights on scoring. First, let's start by going to the First Children's Finance website, and this is the Oregon website. Once you are in the website, at the very top, click on the tab labeled Services and Resources. Then you can scroll down to the CCIF application recipient resource. This is the dedicated page where all of the tools and materials applicants live. Once you're there, you'll see the application guides available in multiple languages: English, Spanish, Vietnamese, simplified Chinese. Choose the language that you prefer, as it'll make it easier for you to understand the application as well. Next, click and download one of the guides. Whichever language you've selected is the one that will be downloaded. It will either open as a PDF in your browser or download directly into your device. It's important that if you've already downloaded the document, save it, as you will be referring to it multiple times. Keep the guide open while you're working on your application. It walks you through each section of the application portal. It explains what information you'll need to enter, and it even shows you the scoring and how it will appear or apply. Also highlights which attachments like bids, budgets, or permits may be required. Go to the next slide. Okay, one of the most important parts of this process is that you're not doing it alone. Both Children's Finance and the Northwest Native Chamber, we're here to offer technical assistance to providers. That means that we're here to guide you, answer your questions, and make sure you feel confident as you prepare your CCIF Round 3 application. There are several different ways you can engage with us depending on what works best for you. The first way is by attending our webinars like you did tonight. This session walks you through the key requirements, timelines, strategies for success. Each webinar has a different focus for understanding the scoring rubric, certifying strong narratives, or organizing your documents. For example, September 18th, we'll kick off with the overview of the CCIF Round 3. This is the one we are in today. On September 24, we'll guide you through navigating the online application portal, and then through October and November and December, we'll go deeper into specific topics like budgeting, project activities, lessons learned from earlier rounds. You can register for these webinars through the link in the chat. I think Kyle is going to add that to the chat there. So you're welcome to register to any of these classes through that link. They're posted on the DELC website as well, and the Native Chambers site, Northwest Native Chambers site, or FCCF Oregon page. Second, you can join virtual support sessions. These are group QA spaces where we focus on specific project types. For example, on September 30th, we'll have a session dedicated to minor renovations. And on October and November, we'll host sessions on major renovations, new construction, and property acquisition. The idea here is that instead of sending dozens of individual emails or phone calls, you can come into one of these sessions, hear answers to common questions, and ask your own real-time, again, registration links will be dropped in the chat, so you are able to connect with them. Okay, and so third, if you want individualized support, you can schedule one-on-one consultation. This is where we can go deeper with you, reviewing your budget, your readiness checklist, your project plans. Sometimes it helps to have that direct space to work through your unique situations. You can reach out to via email or phone to set those up. Remember, reaching out early is always better. Even if you're not sure you're ready, talking with us can help your application on track, put it on track. And finally, sign up for the program updates. Doing this, you'll get reminders about upcoming sessions, resources, and their posted and important announcements. We'll drop the link to the chat so that you can register right away. So stay connected. Next slide.
Actually, before moving on, there's a question in the chat that I wanted to elevate from Anne Marie.
Okay.
They asked, will we be behind the power curve, so to speak, if we wait that long to apply? Like if we wait to view the TA webinars and support sessions? Juan, did you want to answer that? Or I can answer it as well.
I would recommend starting and connecting with either Northwest Native Timber or with First Children's Finance. If you believe that you have if you're ready, move your application forward, then start having that communication early on. I wouldn't recommend you wait for all of the sessions. Of course, we want you to take participation on them, but it would be important to start having that connection now so that we can take a look and see if you're on track.
Yeah, and to add on to that, the applications won't actually be scored until after the application window closes. So if you do want to wait till, you know, the last day to submit it and would like to attend everything or watch everything, that's still an option to you. You don't need to submit it at a certain time to influence your score at all. But like Juan said, if you want to get a jump start on it and connect with the TA provider, you can do so at any time. Okay, move on to next slide.
All right. Business and finance training. One of the most powerful ways we can support childcare businesses in Oregon is by strengthening their business and financial foundations. That's why our business and financial training comes in. These trainings are designed to help providers build the skills they need to manage not just the classroom, but also their business with confidence and sustainability. The purpose of these trainings is to support financial literacy, business planning, and a long-term operational sustainability. We cover a wide range of topics, including budgeting and cash flow management, satisfying strategies and planning for payroll, tax readiness, and providers feel so. This helps you with tax readiness, so providers feel prepared during tax season. Financial projections to help with long-term planning and more. Each training is designed to meet a real challenge providers face in an everyday. These trainings are open to all licensed childcare business across Oregon. And for CCIF applicants, this is especially valuable. By attending, providers can strengthen their proposal, preparing realistic budgets, and planning for financial side by their infrastructure projects. This makes their application stronger and their long-term opportunities more sustainable. To stay connected, up to date, scan the QR codes on the site to access our training calendars, register for upcoming sessions. These are practically hands-on opportunities to take your business skills and your CCIF application to the next level. These are very valuable trainings. You can use them for the application process, and the information and knowledge gain will be of use for a long time, even after the application process. Next. Okay, business leadership cohorts. First Children Finance, one of the flagship supports for First Children Finance. What we offer here in Oregon is the business leadership cohort. These cohorts are designed specifically for childcare providers who want to strengthen their business practices, financial planning, and leadership skills. Think of it as both a classroom and a coaching experience built in a realities of childcare. The cohort includes 4 virtual peer-based sessions where providers learn together, share strategies, and get hands-on tools they can use right away. Beyond the group sessions, each participant also receives individual consultations, including financial analysis, consultation on a SMART goals consultation to help them learning into action. And importantly, there's a financial incentive attached to and importantly, there's a financial attachment incentive. Once you're accepted into the cohort and complete the requirements, you are eligible for a stipend to support your participation. This makes the training not only valuable, but also accessible. BLCs have a direct impact on providers' long-term sustainability. They help strengthen financial readiness, improve planning, and increase project feasibility, all of which for stronger CCIF applications. In short, participation in a BLC sets providers for success, both in grant processes and in the day-to-day business operation. Our next BLC application window opens December 2025. So scan the QR code on this slide to stay up to date and receive announcements on how exactly to apply. This is an opportunity to build skills, plans, confidence, and to sustain your childcare business. Great opportunity for anybody that is selected for this process.
We actually had a question come up from Denise. What was the date for the cohort application?
There isn't, it's in December 2025. There isn't a specific date, but if you scan the QR code, you'll get a notification because you'll have an opportunity to sign up for our waitlist. And so do we have any additional questions? Sorry. So as we close today, I want to make sure you know how to stay connected with your technical assistance providers. Remember, you don't have to navigate the CCIF process alone. We are here to support you in every step of the way. For providers who identify as Native or who are part of the BIPOC community, the Northwest Native Chamber is your dedicated technical assistant partner. They provide culturally specific support, tailored guidance, and strong network of community-based resources. You can contact them with the information shown here. For all childcare providers across Oregon, First Children's Finance is here to support your business needs, whether that's planning, financial management, or navigating the CCIF application process. You can contact us for more information, and of course in the numbers or the email shown here. Please take a moment to write down these contacts. It is important that you stay connected. Again, you're not navigating this process alone. We are here to support you. We would love to hear from you as well. We encourage you to reach out early and as often. We are here to help you succeed with the CCIF and beyond. We'll go to our next slide.
Yes, this is our contact info and then questions and comments.
There is a couple questions here.
We had a question come in from Stephanie. Do we know how many more rounds of CCIF there will be, if any, if our application isn't ready by the deadline for this round?
I can take that one, Juan, if you'd like. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Question. We are communicating with folks that this is the final round of unless additional funding is secured. And I'm not sure if our folks from Delco Business Oregon would like to speak to that as well. But as of now, this is the final round.
Michael, I can speak a little bit more on that.
Could you introduce yourself to the group, Nathan?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Isabella. I'm Nathan Weingartner. I am the project manager for the Child Care Infrastructure Fund here at Business Oregon. And I want to say thank you to both Northwest Native Chamber and First Children's Finance for putting together a great webinar tonight. And so as Michael said, this will be our final round. We're hoping that in future legislative sessions that we will get additional funding. But as of now, this will be our last one that we're able to put on. But we do have an extended period of time to apply. So that's why I appreciate Juan's comments there. It is a good idea to go and get as much information as possible. This is not a first come, first serve. Like Isabel was saying, we will be scoring all the applications once the application period is closed. So really great questions so far.
Thanks, Nathan. There's another question from Kevin, Nathan, that you might be able to answer about, is there a specific percentage set aside for each category, such as property acquisition versus renovations, etc.?
We try to make sure that, and thank you, Kevin, for that question, that we are servicing the entire state so that each county gets at least some funding. And so we do have certain amounts that we want to be